Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Let's Crack OPSC. Hope all of your preparation going well, and thank you very much for showing interest in our course. And to clarify many of your doubt, we are giving you another 3 or 4 videos free demo classes in which you can decide whether to join our monthly subscription. It will hardly cost you 399 rupees, and if you will take the test series, especially the test series, it will hardly cost you the 499 rupees. So in today's discussion, I am going to teach you everything about very important aspect of polity. Polity is very important. As I have mentioned that in many of the videos, that polity you cannot live, because a bureaucrat cannot survive without polity. So you have to love polity, Indian Constitution. You have to take every bit of effort in order to memorize the entire constitution. And polity being my favorite subject, I love polity. I personally believe I can guide you in such a way that polity will become a cakewalk for you. Basically, there are certain tips and tricks which are there in Indian Constitution. If you will find this tips and tricks which I am going to teach in the subscription class, if you will find this particular thing, then it is going to be very helpful. And especially in you know that only 45 days left for the prelim examination. You have to do smart study. There are many coaching institutes, they don't teach smart studies to the student, because what are the areas in which the frequency of questions from the OPSC is high, they are not teaching this. But I am going to tell you, you have to do some focus study. Your total 80% of your effort has to cover the 80% of the prelim syllabus, which is going to be very helpful, and which will be high scoring for you in the prelim examination. Because the syllabus is very vast and you cannot cover everything under the sun in the syllabus of OPSC, which you have to prepare for the prelim examination. But I will guide you that you have to follow this particular thing in order to keep be in the race for the main examination. And in today's discussion, I will be teaching you the important aspect for the prelim. So let's start today's discussion. Today's discussion will be on Indian Constitution, and remember, it is going to be very helpful. This particular part, from where this particular part I have decided that most of the questions are being asked from this particular thing, which I have given right now, which I will be giving. One question is absolutely must, either every year or alternate or twice after one particular exam. So you have to be very doing the by-hearting thing. You have to mug up all this, because at least 1 mark will definitely come from this. You know, the independence of judiciary. Independence of judiciary, you know very well that independence of judiciary is a basic structure of Indian Constitution as per Kesavananda Bharati judgment 1973. And we have brought this particular concept from United States of America, the United States of America's constitution. Very important. Definitely there can be a question that independence of judiciary, it is from United States of America. Judicial review. Judicial review is also a basic structure of Indian Constitution. That judicial review India has brought from, again, USA, United States of America. You know how judicial review, what is judicial review? Say for example, Article 32, right to constitutional remedies, in which the Ambedkar, the chairman of drafting committee of constitution, Dr. Ambedkar, has categorically stated that without Article 32, that is right to constitutional remedies, there cannot be the Constitution of India. and he rightly being described the Article 32, right, the heart and soul of the Constitution. That is what is judicial review. Judicial review. You know the NJAC Act. NJAC Act was struck down because NJAC Act was what? They thought that it is going to be violating the independence of judiciary, and then by using judicial review they struck down it. So Article 32 gives the Supreme Court the power to decide whether some particular act passed by Parliament or by state legislature is violating any of the principles of the Constitution, which are there in the basic structure of the Constitution. And especially if you will see in the High Court, it is having around 2 to 6. Article 2 to 6 gives you the power, the same powers which are there with the Supreme Court with Article 32. That Article 2 to 6 gives the power to High Court to decide on constitutional matters. That is judicial review. If there is a question in the main examination, what is judicial review? You have to mention Article 32 and Article 2 to 6. When you will create interlinkage, it is going to be very helpful in your answer writing. Especially whatever I am teaching you from the both prelim and main perspective. Do not even think that whatever I will teach, you will only for prelim. I am teaching you simultaneously for main. When there is a question for judicial review, you have to write Article 32 plus Article 2 to 6, the state high courts, respective state high courts. They are using this power in order to decide on matters related to constitutional importance. So, coming to the next one, President as Executive Head. President as Executive Head, we again borrowed it from the United States of America. We know the President of India is our Executive Head. It is there in the part. Let me know in the comment box. President is mentioned in which part of Indian Constitution? So the Vice President as the ex officio Chairman of Council of States. Vice President is the ex officio Chairman of Council of State. That is, in our case it is Rajya Sabha, and in United States of America its case it is Senate. So in Senate there were Vice President. Presently it is Kamala Harris, who is going to be the ex officio Chairman of Council of States there in United States. But in India it is Venkaiah Naidu Sahab. United States. Fundamental rights, United States of America, very very important. Fundamental rights, you can say that your fundamental rights are the rights. What are those rights? These are civil rights as well as political rights. If some kind of a question is being framed from this particular section, fundamental right is being mentioned in part 3 of Indian Constitution, and these are political and civil rights. Political and civil rights. Remember these two. Political as well as civil. Say for example, untouchability. Article 17. Article 17 gives untouchability one kind of a criminal act. If somebody is being prevented to touch the well, to use the water from the pond, or to enter inside a particular temple, to enter to a particular hotel, to enter a particular shop, if somebody is barring a particular individual based on casteism, that is going to be treated very harshly. There are some of the acts passed by the Government of India, Civil Rights Act 1955, then 1976, then Untouchability, Prevention of Untouchability, and Civil Rights Act 1986. These are all the kind of acts which are supporting to this Constitution. In order to support this, there are sideways acts. Whatever I am telling you, you have to quote this kind of a thing in your main answer writing, which is very very important. And not only I am telling you fundamental right, I am empowering you to write the answers in the main examination. That is important part. Only cracking the prelim will not do your job. Your job can only be completed if you will write great answers, not only good, great answers in the main examination. And whatever instruction I am giving, you have to follow it. So fundamental rights are very, very important, which we will be discussing in the other thing. Then preamble. Preamble is again United States. We, the people of India, the initial words of the preamble. This particular preamble, we have taken it from United States of America. Very, very important. Then removal of Supreme Court and High Court judges. Again, United States of America. Removal of Supreme Court as well as High Court judges. Again, United States of America. How the judges are being removed? It is by a motion which will be passed from the one particular house, and again the next house, after it is being passed, then it is moved to the next house, and the next house acts as a inquiry. They sets up a inquiry committee. Then the judge will be coming and presenting his own case. Then after, if again it is being passed from the second house, then from the date it is being passed, the president will remove the respective judge. Till date, no judge has been removed by India by the Indian Parliament. Very, very important. Soumitra Sen, Justice Soumitra Sen case, he resigned before the motion was put to vote. So very, very important. No judge in India is being removed from office. That is very, very important. Law making procedure, UK, very, very important. Whatever the law we are making, we have taken that from UK, United Kingdom, Britain. So you have to, if there is a question asked in the prelim, law making procedure, India borrowed from which country? There will be 4 options. You have to write UK. Then the rule of law, again UK. System of rule of law, very, very important. Rule of law by A.B. Dicey. A.B. Dicey was such a great political thinker of United Kingdom, and he proposed this particular thing called as rule of law. Nobody is supreme. It is law which is supreme. Article 14 of Indian Constitution. Article 14 of Indian Constitution means it says that one is very, very important, that is rule of law. It means the rule of no, there is 2 things. In rule of law there are 2 things. One is nobody is supreme and law will protect. There are 2 things. One is nobody is supreme. United Kingdom's the concept is nobody is supreme. Okay, nobody is above law. And second one, law will protect. This particular concept we borrowed it from United States, the United States of America. Law will protect each and every individual equally. That is Article 14 of Indian Constitution. Then system of single citizenship, again United Kingdom. We do not follow dual citizenship. A person of a particular country. In United States, what happens? In United States, you can be a citizen of United States, and second one, your second citizenship is your state. Say for example, somebody is living in California. He is not only the citizen of United States, but also a citizen of the state of California. That is dual citizenship. But we follow the single citizenship model of United Kingdom. If a particular individual is living in United Kingdom, he is only the single citizen, and he can, from other state also he can be the same citizen, because there are certain rights which are being conferred by dual citizenship. Say for example, somebody from California, if he wants to contest election in some other states of United States, then there are some restrictions, like some kind of a thing, some kind of a special privileges given to the dual citizenship. but we follow the model of United Kingdom, and that's how the things are. Then parliamentary system with ministerial responsibility, that is UK. Very, very important. Parliamentary system with ministerial responsibility. Why ministerial responsibility? There are two kind of a system. In front of our constitutional makers, there were two particular things. Either you can go with the responsibility and let go the stability. Means you have to consider whether you want a stable government or a responsible government. Our constitutional maker, especially led by Dr. Ambedkar, they thought it will be better to go the UK model of responsibility, ministerial responsibility. Because in America, the model is stability is very important. No matter what, in American constitution, there cannot be election before 4 years. There cannot be election before 4 years means what? Say for example, a president died or president impeached, then second in line will become the president. There are some 20 to 22 old succession list is given in America, that if president is died or he impeached or in any matter something happened, he became ill, unable to function, then second become the president, and after 4 years only, till the time the vice president become president, and he will enjoy the same powers and same responsibility as the president of United States, and he will be there till another 2 years or whatever may be the rest of the tenure. But in British model, what is there? There is responsibility. No matter whatever you do, you have to be responsible to the parliament. That brings us the kind of a responsive government. Because if you will see that some corruption case happened, there can be a no confidence motion. The entire cabinet will be put under responsibility. So we borrowed this particular concept in order to make the people and those people who are in power made more responsible. Because what will happen if there is some dual, you can say coalition government, it can be taken out of power because of no confidence motion. So we believe that responsibility is better than stability. American model, it was stability. UK model, it was responsibility. Our constitutional makers followed stability more than responsibility. Okay, then federation with a strong center. Canada. Federation with a strong center. It is Canada. If you will see Article 250 to 254, 55, you will see there are tendencies in which there are powers given. There are three kind of a list. You know very well. I have mentioned that in the schedule video. Go and watch that schedule video. That there are three lists. One is the union list. Second one is state list. Third one is concurrent list. So union list, union is supreme. Then state list, state is supreme. Concurrent list, both union as well as state, they can legislate the matter. But this particular thing, federation with a strong center, what it says that there is though there is federation, but center is very strong. In this particular model, which we borrowed it from Canada, it is very, very important that we borrowed it from Canada, because we do not want the fractured kind of a thing in United States. That's why we followed the Canadian model. Though there are federation, but there is a strong center. Center is having the supreme power, supreme say, because even Article 3 of Indian Constitution, the means the center can change, alter the boundaries of a particular state. That is Article 3. Even a normal Constitutional Amendment Act, without Constitutional Amendment Act, it can change the boundaries of a particular state. So that kind of a power is given to the center. That shows India is a Canadian model. And let me know in the comment box who is known from Bollywood as a Canadian citizen, who is known he is being considered as a nationalist hero. So let me know in the comment box who is from Canada. Actually, that particular individual has taken the citizenship of Canada. Then, distribution of powers between union and states, residuary powers with the center. Distribution of powers between union and states with residuary powers with the center. That is again Canada. Very, very important. Whatever may be the distribution, residuary powers is with the center. Article 246, 47, and this particular concept is you have to write this kind of a thing, because in main examination you have to mention the respective articles in which there is mention 245, 246, 247, this kind of a thing. You have to, when you will write, it will boost your marks. Then directive principles, Irish constitution, very, very important. Directive principles are what? The fundamental rights, these are justiciable, sorry. What is justiciable? Say for example, my fundamental right is being violated. What I will do, I will go to the High Court under Article 226 and Supreme Court under Article 32 that sir, my right is being violated by the state, restore my right. Then the respective High Court as well as Supreme Court will take the corrective measure and it will restore my right. But this directive principle, that is non-justiciable. What is non-justiciable? Non-justiciable is the thing which you cannot go to court so that something is being violated. Whatever things mentioned in Part 4 of Indian Constitution, Part 4, Directive Principles, especially from 36, Article 36 to 51. If something is being violated from Article 36 to Article 51, you cannot go to court saying, sir, my right is being violated, or the government of the day has not given me the right. That is non-justiciable. Remember, is Part 4 Directive Principles, these are non-justiciable, and we borrowed it from Irish Constitution. Irish Constitution is very, very important. You have to remember, they can be asked several times, they have asked this particular question. Directive Principle borrowed it from Irish Constitution. And Directive Principles are what? These are social as well as economic rights. What is Directive Principle? These are directive given to the government that if the resources allow, you have to do these things. You remember, the Directive Principles, the main concept is whenever the resource will permit, some of the things which can be taken out from this and will be moved to the Part 3 of Indian Constitution. As we know, the right to education, Article 86 Constitutional Amendment Act is being removed from one kind of a directive principle, that is Article 45, and put in the Article 21, Article 21A. So that kind of a thing, whenever the resources will permit, the education from 6 to 14 years of age, the right to education part, it is being taken out from Directive Principle and taken to the Part 3 of Indian Constitution, that is fundamental right under Article 21A. So that is very important. This is Directive Principle. Method of election of the president, that is Irish Constitution. Method of election of the Constitution, that is Irish Constitution. Election of the president, how president is being elected? Proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. Remember this particular sentence, proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. What happens? We do not want a totally elected president. We want proportional representation. Why? Say for example, there were two models in front of our constitutional makers. Say for example, our prime minister, those the particular political party which will attain 273 seats, they will hold the power. That is the given. And if say for example, for the president also, if we will follow the same model, what will be the problem? President say, I am also elected in the same way and I am being considered as a rubber stamp. That is the main problem. They thought, no, we will follow in such a way that president will be elected by the member of parliament as well as the elected members of the state legislative assembly, and those people will vote and decide who will be the next president. That is proportional representation. And prime minister is elected by the number of MPs. He is having around 273 MPs. Whichever party gains 273 MPs, they form the government in the center. So that is very important. Presidential, the iris, the nomination, then nomination of members of Rajya Sabha by the president, that is iris constitution. Nomination of members of Rajya Sabha is very, very important. Nominate, how the people are being nominated. There are 4 to 5 categories in which people are nominated to Rajya Sabha. Even in the recent case, Justice Ranjan Gogoi, he is being nominated to Rajya Sabha. And previously there were Sachin Tendulkar was nominated in art category, and other Sonal Mansingh, she is being nominated. Very important, you can say, Odissi dancer Sonal Mansingh. So very, very important. These are nomination forms. There are 12 nominated members to Rajya Sabha. So we borrowed it from Irish Constitution. Emergency and its effect on fundamental rights. Weimar Constitution, Germany. Emergency as well as its constitutional. Say for example, emergency taken into force in a particular time. Then what happens? The constitution, what happens to the fundamental rights? There are Article 358-59 categorically mentions about whenever there is a emergency in force, there will be restricted rights. There will be rights, but there will be restricted rights. That depends upon whatever things mentioned in the presidential order. About Article 19 will be definitely Article 352. 352 is national emergency. What happened? Indira Gandhi used, there was a word mentioned, internal disturbance in Article 352. What Indira Gandhi did? Indira Gandhi used that particular, Mr. Dhar was one of the advisor of Indira Gandhi. What he did, he advised Indira Gandhi that okay, we will use the national emergency. Emergency is a very big thing. It's a history in itself. I do not want to lengthen the total topic, but she used Article 352, the national emergency, and how she enforced the national emergency in India, internal disturbance word, and it is being removed by 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. The Janata Party government, led by Morarji Desai, they first struck down the internal disturbance and replaced it with armed rebellion. If you will read Article 352 in current times, it is the war, external aggression and armed rebellion. They have mentioned categorically armed rebellion and replacing internal disturbance. So that is the thing, we borrowed it from Weimar Constitution, Germany. The concurrent list, Australian Constitution, very, very important. Concurrent list from Australian Constitution. What is concurrent list? You have to know that there are some subjects which the states can legislate. Schedule 7 of Indian Constitution, how the things are being taking place. First one is the union list, second one is state list, third one is concurrent list. This particular concurrent list, both the state and union can legislate. These are the things which the Australian Constitution, we have borrowed it from Australian Constitution. Provision regarding trade, commerce and intercourse. It is again Australian Constitution. Provision of trade, commerce and intercourse. That is Australian Constitution. Australian Constitution is, we have taken this particular Article 300 and above. These articles are very much related to Australian Constitution. Then Constitutional Amendment, South Africa, very, very important. Article 368, Constitutional Amendment, Article 368, It is South Africa. If you will say constitutional amendment, do remember Nelson Mandela. When you say think concurrent list and provision regarding trade and commerce and intercourse, remember a kangaroo. If you will want make things funny as well as interesting, it is going to be very it will be etched in your memory for a longer duration. That is, if you will do this in such a way, in a funny way, you can remember it for longer duration. Whenever you think constitutional amendment, think about Nelson Mandela. Whenever you think about trade, commerce and intercourse, constitutional, you think about a kangaroo. Then concurrent list, think about a kangaroo. Whenever you think about emergency and its effect on fundamental rights, think about Germany, Hitler, emergency, there is no freedom of expression, this thing. Then Irish constitution, similarly, and Canada, whenever you think about Canada, think about that particular actor who is from Bollywood, who has taken Canada's citizenship. Then constitutional amendment, fundamental duties, Japan. Basically, it is being said that fundamental duties we have taken it from Japan, but there is a thinking that Japan has originally taken it from Soviet Union, the communist. They thought from their constitution Japan has taken, and we have taken it from Japan. Then Republic, France. You know the means fraternity, republic, brotherhood. This kind of the words which are being liberty, equality, liberty, and fraternity. These are the words, and republic is the word which we have taken it from France. What is republic? Republic is when you have a elected head of the state. There is a very important concept which many of the even political science aspirants, they cannot answer this. Republic is what? Head of the state is elected. Head of the state is elected. That we have taken it from France. So let's do a quick recap what we have studied. I have given you this particular video to enable you not only about the prelim, which is there is a single, I have given you in such a way that 1 mark question will definitely come from this particular section, and you will be very empowered to write that particular answer. And especially I will show you that this particular question in last year's particular thing, India borrowed the idea of Directive Principle of state policy from the Constitution of. There were 3 questions, the things: the Weimar Republic of Germany, Republic of Ireland, South Africa, none of this. The question was asked, which we have discussed, Directive Principles, it is Irish Constitution. It is the testimony that whatever we are teaching, whatever I am instructing, that is very much focused on the prelim examination focus, so that you can easily crack the prelim and write main examination. So this is very important. Whatever the things, you have to revise it so that you can able to answer a particular question. And let's do a quick recap what we have studied. Independence of judiciary, USA. Judicial review, USA. President as the executive head, USA. President as Supreme Commander for Armed Force, USA. Vice President as the ex officio chairman of the Council of State, USA. Fundamental right, USA. Preamble, USA. Then removal of Supreme Court and High Court judges, USA. Law making procedure, UK. Rule of law, UK. System of single citizenship, UK. Then parliamentary system with ministerial responsibility, UK. Federation with a strong center, Canada. Distribution of powers between union and the state, residuary powers with the center, Canada. Directive Principles, Irish Constitution. Method of election of the President, Irish Constitution. Nomination of members of the Rajya Sabha by the President, Irish Constitution. Emergency and its effects on fundamental rights, Weimar Constitution, Germany. The Concurrent List, Australian Constitution. Provision regarding trade, commerce and intercourse, Article 301, that is India, Australian Constitution. Constitutional Amendment, Article 368, South Africa. Fundamental duties, 51A. The part of Indian Constitution is 51A, Part 4A of Indian Constitution. Then Republic, France. So this is all about this particular thing. Do subscribe our monthly course in which I am going to give you tips and tricks to remember the constitution in a very easy and a very funny way, so that there are certain tricks which I am going to mention that in the subscription classes. It will hardly cost you 399 rupees. The other coaching institutes as well as other online platforms are charging very heavy, which our vision is to provide you affordable education in a very affordable manner. That is our vision. So we are going to help you crack OPSC examination, and especially do take our subscription, especially the test series, which will cost you hardly 499 rupees. And if you are interested, I will give my email address. Say hi in my email, then I will give you my WhatsApp number through which you can join our course. Thank you very much. If you think this one is very helpful, do share with your friends and try to convince them to join our course, because it will only help them crack the examination. Thank you very much.